who's with us today and online. I'm so pleased to have Gerald here with us to share Nigerian folk music and stories with us today and to meet some of his students from Nigeria. So we'll just get started. We have a little bit of technical difficulties, but thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. So I am Gerald Eze, and I am from Nigeria. Nigeria is divided into different zones. So I'm from southeastern Nigeria, and I am Igbo, essentially Igbo. Before Nigeria was colonized, and then I now say I'm Nigeria. So the music I'll be sharing will be from my culture, Igbo. And I'll share music, I'll share stories. I like it here in New Hampshire, and I like a warm welcome, I like a warm introduction, I like the people I've met so far, and I love the weather. so, so it's going to be an evening of folk music and conversations. And the traditional Igbo society, this kind of gathering wouldn't be strange because almost every evening people would gather, especially during the dry seasons. In Nigeria we have two seasons, dry season and rainy season. People would gather in the evening under the mango tree or just out there connecting with the elements. And they would share stories and songs and dances. So children are usually part of it, adults are part of it, everybody, young people. And the stories, the songs are not mere stories and songs. That is school happening, that is education happening. So in that interaction, you are already in school. And so we have a lot of things in the culture that you don't have to go to any school to learn. You only have to be part of the community and live. You have to be alive. You have to connect, embrace the community. That way, from time to time, from one activity to another, you are learning. And music is a vital part of this kind of interaction. So I'm happy that in 2023, such tradition still stand, and not happening in Nigeria this time, not happening in Igbo land, it's happening in the United States of America. And I would like us to clap for ourselves because this is a special experience for me. So, thank you. The first song I will share today. Onye bụ nwanne m. Onye bụ nwanne m. It's a question. Nwanne m nwanyị is my sister. Nwanne m nwoke is my brother. So nwanne is what I would call my sibling, someone I belong to the same family with. But interestingly, we believe that every woman in the society is a mother to every child in the society, in every given community. So one goes beyond the child of your own mother, because the other woman out there is also your mother. So her children are also part of you. And this is part of why in the traditional Igbo society we have very low crime rate, because children, young people see each other as belonging to the same environment from the same mother. And in this performance, the children or young people, whichever group that is performing, will call out names. Chioma, Emeka, Nkechi, Michael, Philip, whoever. They say, Chioma bụ nwanne m, Emeka bụ nwanne m, And the response is the audience will be answering, Ayo mama, ayo, ayo mama, ayo. Don't worry, I'm not expecting you to give the response, but if at any point you get connected because you will hear me sing it and you would like to do it, fine. And Igbo music is engaging. If you want to clap, you are free. If you want to tap the feet here on the ground, you are free. Whatever you want to do. If you want to stand and dance, you are free. If you want to stand and dance right here, you are free. That is how music is to the Igbo person. And this instrument is called Oboaka. With these, I have introduced myself and my culture, but I would like to quickly introduce the young girls before us. So when I was singing, I called their names. Oh, ma bu nwannem, ma bogo bu nwannem, ifunanya bu nwannem. So they are students of Ichoku Academy, and they belong to the same family. And they would have performed for us today, but the time difference is quite challenging. So they really insisted they would like to be here. I said, okay, stay, we will play your music. We recorded them earlier and we have the videos. So we're going to play the music, we'll watch the music of the academy, not just this family. The academy, there are children from different families who belong to the academy. So we will listen to them as a way of introducing them, and after that, let them say hi to us, because they would have started the hi with music. Thank you. So I'll sit down with you and watch.
Hello everyone. We are members of the Ichoku Academy. The Ichoku Academy is an integrated performing arts training school. Here we are trained to play indigenous instruments alongside other instruments, Western instruments. I am Oloma Chukwu Admeru. I coordinate things here when our founder, Mr. Gerald, is away. The first song we're going to play is Common Person by Burna Boy. You know, in our society today, people trade their happiness for a lot of things, riches, or taking. But this song says, common person, and my happiness is mine. So enjoy.
That's a song Common Person by Burna Boy. So these are the students who were available for the recording this morning. And uh, there is a culture in Ichoku Academy. We encourage each family to have a family band. Apart from when they all come together to play music together, we also encourage them within their families to play music because, like I said earlier, music is a vital part of education for the Igbo people. So we educate through music, and a number of Igbo people are Christians of different denominations, and we also have people who still follow the traditional religion of our people. So the next piece is um, something that the Odmewu family, one of the families in the academy, um, recorded as a way they pray together as siblings. So just look at that. So this is a religious music like Eze means king. Um, uh, God, and referring to God as the king. There is no king like you. So that's what that music says. And we'll have the last piece from uh, this in this piece you observe what I just said about the culture. The journey of Ichoku Academy has been one that makes my job as a music teacher easy. So when I tell you that the Igbo would gather, the family will gather and have other people come and sit outside under the moonlit atmosphere and share stories and music. It's not really the thing now. You see, TV has taken away that culture. Yeah. But part of what we try to do in Ichoku Academy is to revive many aspects of Igbo music and culture. The instruments you see the girl play, Obwaka, was near extinct. And we had to, for 10 years, I've been studying, teaching, producing it. And so today you have, I met only one man alive who could still make it. And I learned it from him, took my university students on a research over the years. We've learned how to make it. And then I started teaching the young girls because if a culture is in the hands of the old people, it is dead. So now we are seated in the US and we're enjoying this performance, and you have a young girl of 17 years old play this instrument, the oboe. So it's not going to die again. And indeed, we have many students of the academy who can play it. So this other performance will give us a glimpse of how far we have succeeded in keeping music as part of a full family organic experience.
Ndị be anyị ndewonu.
Ndewo.
Taa anyị na-eme ncheta ahọ 22 nne na nna anyị lụrụ di na nwunye. Anyị gbakọrọ ka anyị kpọrọ ha love nwantịntị ka anyị jiri ya nọrị oge ma mekwa ha obi aṅụrị.
Engage them if you have questions. I'm here, but they may not be on the screen for too long. So I've shown you, I've performed, I've introduced my culture. I'm sure my people are happy with me, and my ancestors are dancing in the grave. And no, they are no more there, they're in heaven, in the Igbo heaven. So we will engage them now. Feel free to ask them for like the next 5-10 minutes. Speak to them if you'd like. Ask them questions. That's why they waited, because they want to speak with us. And I'm sure you enjoyed the music. So I would like to clap for them, and I know you would like to join me to clap for them. Thank you. Are they the ones who...
I think it's on their end.
Oh.
Just
Just, they were there all along.
Bedtime.
Okay.
Maybe you could answer a question for us?
Yes, sure. While I try to solve the problem.
I think they're logging back on. It looks like
Okay.
they're gonna come back in.
Okay. Yes, please.
I just wondered what the instrument's made out of.
Oh, the ubaka is made out of calabash.
Oh,
The calabash, and you have the soundboard as wood. It has to be a hardwood or softwood, but we prefer hardwood so that you have a better quality of sound. And sometimes I like the sound of the one made from softwood. And then we have metal prongs attached to it with bridges. And the previous style of making it, one would weave with these wires, weave the prongs and hold them down. But I will show you, we'll have something different now. So just quickly, so it has a bag, and this is how it looks now. So this holds it better, and that way it won't distune, especially for children. So you can play it all year long, and you don't have to bother about tuning, especially one who may not be musically inclined. Yes, and because the culture is very inclusive, we want everybody to enjoy music. We are thinking deeply. We want everybody to enjoy the music and not just a musician. So that is it. Did I answer you? Thank you. So, while we try to figure what is going on, I will take one performance. And let's see if we can have them join us again. So this music is Odogunarienu, and it was originally performed by a master performer of Igbo folk music called Mike Ejaya. Okay, now that we have them, let me perform while they set. Olomachuku, do we have you here?
Yes, yes.
Okay, great.
Sorry, network issue.
So, no problem. Say hi and introduce yourself, and I think we have some questions for you quickly so that you people can go to bed. All of you, introduce yourselves. All of you,
Okay.
including Chikaima when she's done.
Hello, everyone. I'm Olumachiku Odimiru. These are my sisters. I'm Kidneyachku Odimiru. I'm Wabobachiku Odimiru.
Chikaima,
Good evening. I'm Chikai Majema Ezino.
great, great. Thank you. Good to have you. And would like Oloma to talk about the academy and so that you all can go to bed. So Oloma, we're here. We've listened to the performance of the academy. At the moment, she is the leader amongst them, amongst the students. So we enjoyed the music. That is why we clapped. But while we were clapping, you were not there, and we can clap again so that you all understand that we enjoyed it. So
Thank you.
say anything you would like. I'm not the one to ask questions because I know you and I know what you do.
tell us how long?
So I was going to ask how like do you enjoy African music? These ones that we performed, how was it, and then would you like more? And we were hoping to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's simply asking, did you enjoy this performance? Aha.
Yes.
And
Very much.
would you like to hear more?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Laura, you had a question.
Oh, I thought it would be interesting to hear how long they've been part of the Choku Academy. Has it been the whole 10 years since you started, or did they start later? And what's that experience been like for them?
Okay.
Could you hear the question?
No?
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience joining the academy and your experience in the academy?
Okay, I've been in the academy for I'll say 10 years now, but then we started by learning the instruments. We learn different instruments, but we learn mostly indigenous instruments, the obaka, the oja, and then some other instruments that we don't have here now. It's been a very interesting journey, but then challenging sometimes. As a child, you might want to just play, and then you're being forced to do this. But growing up, we found out that it's a way of grooming us. We in society now we are exceptional because most kids our age they don't know how to play these instruments. It makes us stand out in society. So I'll say it's been a very interesting journey so far.
Yeah, I would like to add that I am not super excited that there are only few students who can access this opportunity because if it makes if according to her it makes them stand out, it is my desire that more students are able to join and experience it so they can also stand out. But a number of issues, funding, also preparedness from us. There are some materials we would like to have and some kind of structure we would like to keep to be able to accommodate more students. So, but funding and also readiness from us is one of the issues that keep um, other students away from this experience. But also, this kind of recording and making videos available is now one of the ways we engage so that other children can get to watch and first be inspired. I like children to desire something. I don't like to say, learn music is good for you. I want a child to say, when can I join your academy? Like we had some students from Hercules School in New York. We taught them virtually from Nigeria. So we performed for them, and one cute kid asked, "How do I join your academy?" so, so yeah, please go on and ask more questions or say what you'd like. Okay, so so that's all, and so Chikaima, she plays the oja, and oja is an instrument. This is the oja that is meant for men traditionally, but we're trying to reimagine these things and reconstruct this identity. How and why was it for only for men? Okay, outside the traditional culture, if a woman dares and learns it, will it offend God? And so far, God has not said, "I'm angry at what you're doing. How dare you teach these young girls how to play the oja?" And it's also another instrument. It's not yet extinct, but some aspects of it is facing extinction, and that is why I'm happy that I was able to come to Dartmouth College to share in Professor McPherson's class and teach the students there how the instrument talks. that aspect of the culture is really going extinct. Not many people know how to do that. So, but I've been able to utilize the surrogacy aspect of the instrument because it really talks, and that is the foundation of its music. I've been able to utilize that as the methodology for teaching young people. So Chikaima is one of the people who learned the Oja, and she's a girl, and I'm very excited that she can play it to a very commendable extent now. And as a way of saying goodbye, Chikaima, if you have your Oja and if you don't mind, you could just play for 30 seconds and would wave our hands and clap for you and clap you to bed.
Okay, let's play now.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and good night. You are really, I know my students are very resilient. I think they are teaching me resilience. I'm learning that from them. So if I don't insist that they go to bed, I'm sure they will stay back here and keep enjoying the show. And I know we all don't want that. So unanimously, we have agreed that it is bedtime. Thank you so much. There would have been more questions, more conversation, but like Melissa told me when I got in here, this is only the beginning. We will have more collaborations and have opportunity to engage them and plan the time more properly. I'm convinced about that. So thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.
And now I can share my music with more excitement and joy and fulfillment. Oh, they were my students. Can't you see that? um, you see, music is very important, and indigenous music is particularly important. Music from different cultures. So when you talk of diversity, it's important that we look at what is unique to different people and how do we meet? What is universal about this which is unique for people? So I would like to share this song by originally by Mike Ejaya. Just like I'm mentoring these children, Mike Ejaya didn't have an academy, but he did lots of folk music. And today we still have his music. He's still alive. He just celebrated his 93-year birthday last week. So this music, Odogu Narienu. Odogu is the great man. Odogu Narienu. And this music points out how important it is for one to be in touch with his or her community. Because this great man had so much money, so much of food, good house, and he didn't connect with people because he had so much. And he felt that the things he had were enough to sustain him for life. So one day, he steps out and returning, his house was burning. His house was on fire. And most people were in the farm. It's not really like the society wanted his house to burn, but most people were away like himself. And who would even talk to him? Who would connect with him? He doesn't belong anywhere. He's just a successful man living alone, living his own life, being in his own world. And he couldn't take it. Everything was raised down. He couldn't take it. His whole being was also raised down. And the only option he could think of is, guess what? He could think of only suicide. But when he was going to the place he would hang himself, there was this cripple who was born in the bush. No mother, no father. Nobody cared for him. And he was there, being hopeful and trusting God, and didn't want to kill himself. So it was this cripple that called out to this Odogu, look at me, don't hang yourself up there and then fall down on me, because I am here waiting for my God. So calm down, come to me, let us belong together, calm down. And indeed, everybody who tried to persuade this Odogu not to kill himself did not succeed. His brother, whom he didn't care about, begged him, don't kill yourself, come, let us start afresh to build. He didn't listen to anybody. But this cripple had a message. And the cripple's message is this music. Otu ọbụla ọ dị, ndụ bụ Chukwu nyere ya. Maka ọjọ anyị ga-ebi. Igbo kwenye n'igwe bụ ike. Ebe Igbo ma na mmadụ ibe ya na-emekọ, Igbo kwenyekwa na egbe ga-ebelu na ugo ga-ebelu. Ka mmụọ nke sizi ibe ya ebela ka nku ya akwa. Kedụzi ife ga-eme na nwanne enwe mmekọ dịka ndị nọ n'otu obodo? Kedụzi ife ga-eme na mmadụ ibe ya ma na-akpakọrịta ka ndị nọ n'ofu obodo maka na Chineke bụkwa na ife o ji kechaa anyị nye anyị ndụ ma nyekwa anyị onye aka nri nye anyị onye aka ekpe ma nne m amụ ụmụ nwa ngwọrọ tụba amụ n'ime ọfịa ngene nna m amụ ụmụ nwa ngwọrọ tụba amụ n'ime ọfịa ngene odogwu narị elu biko gbada mmụọ nkene ebe nọ n'ite na-eche chi ngene ndụ bụ isi ndụ ka akụ gave birth to me, a cripple. Tuba munimo fiangene. And she put me there in the forest. My father gave birth to me, a cripple. Tuba munimo fiangene and left me out there in the bush, all alone. Odogu narie nubiko bada kumungene ebe noni teneche timungene. Odogu, you're climbing up there to commit suicide. Why don't you come down to me, to this place where I await my fate and my God? Thank you. I know that I had to perform this song particularly because I know that every society have this challenge of suicide and gun violence. Every society. And it's more in some societies. So we are not saying come down to hopelessness. No. First, calm down. Let's interact. Let's live as one. This is a community. Calm down. And this Odogu was not just saying words, he was singing. So music is inviting. Come down, let us share in our belongingness. Let us share music. Let us share stories. Let us belong together. Let us be together. So do not commit suicide. Do not get so frustrated that you cannot talk to someone. Talk to a therapist. Talk to your partner. Talk to your child. A child, talk to your mother. Talk to your father. If you have a question, ask. Dare to ask. If you take the life away, you are teaching someone else that life is not worth living, and I don't think that is ideal. Thank you. In 1803, of course, having said this, you know the period, 1803. At Dunbar Creek, St. Simon's Island, a ship bringing in some Africans who were captured forcefully and who were about being traded as slaves got to Dunbar Creek, and something interesting happened. There was an uprising. Some of the people who were captured revolted and resisted that life that they were being forced to live. And they jumped into the water and drowned instead. And the music they were singing is, again, music. Water spirit brought us here. Water spirit is taking us home. Miri kaisobia, miri kaiswana. And this music, nobody has a recording of it. Of course, there was no chance to record it. But at least there is the story is there. And this story is known today as Igbo London. So I am here the second time I'm being in America, and I like it. And I can see how much we have healed from that evil, and I can see how much we need to tap into some of these stories and continue to heal. I'm Igbo, and this story tells me really deeply of who I am. The Igbo people are resilient, very resilient. Read any literature, read documents, you will continue to find this point about the Igbo. Very resilient, and I can understand why they were the ones who revolted. Reports have it too that it wasn't just the Igbo, of course, who did that, but there was a man who was called Eze, and Eze could mean not necessarily king, because the Igbo traditionally does not have a central king. It was from the colonial era that we started having kings. But of course, only in Inri did we have a central government and a king, traditionally. What we have is Eze, master of this, master of that. Ezeji, my grandfather was a great farmer, and so his title was Ezeji Buako. So that Eze attached to it. So I'm trying to give context to this Eze who led the rebellion. I like that story, and I like that we have it today. And so that is the musical album. You know, the story is Igbo London, but my album is Igbo Rising. And if any culture truly rises, the global community is rising. If any culture, no matter how small, every community, every family, group of people, different groups, if they are rising, the global community, everybody, the world is rising. And I'll be performing the song dedicated to this particular story, but there are many songs in the album. And the first track of the album will be released on the 13th. I have a pre-download link available. I'm going to give it to Melissa so she can make it available to everybody. So enjoy. This song is entitled Mirioma. Miri is the water. Mirioma is good water. nwanne mere nwanne. Ife mmadụ mere ibe ya, ife nwanne mere nwanne. Achọrọ m afụfụ, achọrọ m afụfụ mmụọ. Mmiri ka eso bịa, mmiri ka eso ana, mmiri ka eso bịa, mmiri ka eso ana, mmiri ka eso biju ụwa, mmiri ka eso ana, mmiri ka eso biju ụwa, mmiri ka eso ana. Mmiri ọma wụsamo, wụsamo. Mmiri ọma wụsamo, wụsamo. Mmiri ọma wụsamo, wụsamo. Mmiri ọma wụsamo, wụsamo. Ọkwa maka ego nke ụwa, ego nke ụwa. Ọkwa maka ego nke ụwa ka nwanne jiri nwanne. Ọkwa maka ego nke ụwa, ego nke ụwa. Ọkwa maka ego nke ụwa ka nwanne jiri nwanne. Just because of the fleeting material things of this world. That's why a brother sold his own brother. Ọkwa maka ego nke ụwa ka nwanne jiri nwanne. Mmiri ka eso bịa, mmiri ka eso ana. Abụghị m ogwu, abụghị m ogwu, abụghị m ogwu cha cha. So I closed my eyes and I didn't realize that I was still here. So thank God I could still open it. And I'm going to do something very uplifting so that we can move away from the solemn mood that this story and the music may have put us. And that will be a song that I'd like you to participate in. So, you sing, it's just simple. 1, 2, 3. So you sing, with me. So can we try that? Again? Again? Powerful. So I go, oh, one more kankaragi, oh, one more kankaragi, Munye di muno injo, Good. Oh, mamo kankaragi, oh, mamo kankaragi, emana munye di mudinjo, emana munye di mudinjo, ejerem kute mirinke chenwa, ejerem kute mirinke chenwa, Osemu kuoyu bon miri nwa inine. Osemu kuoyu bon miri nwa inine. Ewu nne mwando, ewu nne mwando, dodo, do, inine, do, inine, eze ọba, inine. Good. We all did this together. And I know I would like to play the second to the last piece, and it's going to be an Oja piece. But what the interesting thing about this piece is it speaks to where I am from. So this is Oja, and it is one of the most important instruments of the Igbo people. So we use it to communicate to masquerades. We play it for warriors. In Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, there was this fight, contest, not like quarrel, contest, just like we have wrestling. So we had such a thing, mba, ewa mba. So the traditional wrestling, you would require the Oja. Because the Oja can uplift you, because the Oja can make that master performer or the expert in farming who could be Ezeji, or the expert in art who could be Omenka, or the expert warrior who could be Dimba, or the husband of wisdom, Di Abia, Dibia, who is a mystic, a healer, a seer. So the other comes to the service of these kind of experts. And also particularly the initiates of the masquerade cult. The masquerades are the masked spirits, among the spirits of our ancestors who have returned. You can't see them, of course, you can only see the mask. The Oja is important in talking to them, because how dare you talk to the ancestors with word of mouth? So these are the kind of people that would deserve this music. But you know, as you grow in a culture, it is the people who do things and the culture takes shape, because the culture defends the people. We have this wonderful woman, and she's American, she's Nigerian, of course, first. She's Igbo, then Nigerian, and she's American too. A very important writer for the Igbo people, because she continues to take simple stories, our culture, to the world. And that's Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I don't know if you've read any of her work. She's an interesting author. But why will I play Oja for her? In all these things I said, no woman ordinarily would deserve the Oja music. So the traditional culture, didn't really have a place for Oja to be played for women. But this culture is open. We have lots of things to validate how open the Igbo culture is. A musician like Obilibo would say, "Onye mekwana ka Obilibo na-egwu." Nobody should be like I, Obilibo, in his own music. That means, from that saying, you already understand that the next generation should go ahead and interpret music their own way. And of course, growing through the tradition is important, but changing it is more important. So Nigerians are in a very fragile state, as Chimamanda also put it, a very delicate state, because we just finished our election, and there's some level of hostility here and there towards different ethnic nationalities that constitute the country. But particularly, the outcome of the election did not sit well, obviously, with many. And the President of the United States of America congratulated the President-elect of Nigeria, and Chimamanda wrote a letter recently to say, this is what really happened. So why congratulate this person? I hope that the US can be consistent with their values. So, I like all the stories going on. I am only a musician. I'm only. I, I don't want it to go any particular way. I'm enjoying it. And I'm very positive. So, my own is the way people have taken this woman. Whoa, look, she is clearly deserving of the Oja music. And she has a traditional title, Odelowa, one who writes for the world. So I discussed this in the class at Dartmouth College yesterday with Professor McPherson, and the students found it interesting. And now I'll play just some phrases to salute Odelowa for standing out, for speaking truth to power, for being daring, for being a true artist. So you would hear Odelowa severally. At least if you hear that, then you know you are understanding this music. Thank you. So, if she was here, she would say things like, oh, Janil, Kunana Manu, that's flautist. Go on, I can hear you, because I'm really speaking. And then she would say things like, oh, Kome, it is so. What you are saying is true, because I'm saying this is your character. And indeed, the Oja is a powerful instrument with powerful message for powerful people. Thank you. And I'm sure that from all these performances, we've explored the areas of diversity, inclusivity, equity, which is a very important thing for the United States. And to sign out, I would sing this song without explaining it, because I don't have to explain everything, because I'm expecting that you one day visit Nigeria so that I can explain further. I'm so happy. I am so happy to be with you and to have shared the music. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it, that you stayed till this moment, and I'd like to clap for you. Thank you. So that is it for today. I would be. I would also like to let you know that I have some of these instruments. I brought some of them in case anyone would like to keep them as part of fundraising efforts to also support my academy. But then I made sure that the instruments are good so that you enjoy yourself, and if you'd like to have one, you have one, and you're doing a double job of getting yourself an instrument and supporting the academy. So I have 3. Thank you. And I think you may have want to say a few things, ask questions. I'm not running away. I'm here. If there are things you'd like to ask me, I could answer. Over to Melissa. Now I'm introducing the person who introduced me.
Do we have questions, or do you want to? Or I think I hear a question.
So how long have you been teaching?
Oh, I've been teaching for 15 years because I started even before I got into the university. I teach church choirs, bands, but I started teaching indigenous musical instruments for the past 10 years. So Ichoku Academy is 10 years this year.
And you learned did you go to like a school to learn, or is it like a family?
Yeah, it's not in the family exactly as the griot traditions, where in fact some kind of music wouldn't be played by one who is not in the family of the griot. However, music is in my family. My great grandfather is a Jibuako, played the opi. It's one of the instruments of the Igbo culture that talks to. And as part of his Ozo title, if he wants to call someone his fellow Ozo people for meeting, he would use the opi. And then after a while, you will see men walk into our compound with stools. I didn't see it. Great grandfather. I was told. And my family compound in Ibubumuchi was also used as a theater. That is where a number of musical traditions of the Ibubumuchi were learnt, like the Bamong dance. I didn't know all this till 2019. Yes, because there is this disconnect from my father's generation. Yeah, my father's generation did not really pay more attention to playing indigenous instruments. They were the ones who went to the university in the 70s and 60s, 70s, and the concern was more to be an engineer or a doctor or a lawyer. So from my great-grandfather to my grandfather, I stopped with my father, and the ancestors returned in my form, and I started doing this. So I didn't learn from an academy like I have. There is none. There is no such place where you would learn the Oja. So the Ichoku Academy would be the first of that kind of academy that takes time, methodology to teach. And because I understand that my background in a Catholic secondary school, high school, where we had the opportunity to play traditional musical instruments, helped me. And also my uncle, who started introducing me to the videos to recordings of works with traditional musical instruments. My uncle is a Reverend Father Herbert Ezeji, because he introduced me to these as early as age 5. I decided at the time that this piano lesson that these parents have called me to give their children has to change. later. So I started sneaking in with the oboe. So play the piano piece when you are done. The children will be curious. What's the name of this? I said, it's oboe. And then I start playing a song, and next thing, Mommy, I want oboe. And then I'll get one for them. Before you know it, parents now ask, I want my child to learn oboe. So that is the later I got, I felt I could create a system that gives better, because I'm not the only one in Ichoku Academy, I'm only the founder.
So what, you also have a number of classical instruments that you play as well, right?
Yes, I play the piano, I play the flute, I play the clarinet, I play the blues harmonica. I play blues on the blues harmonica, not just. I play the chromatic harmonica. I play a little of trumpet. So yes, I was classically trained. I studied music, and I wasn't taught this instrument in the department. But of course, the Department of Music in Nnamdi Azikiwe University had an ensemble of traditional music where I could continue what I did in my secondary school. And my supervisor, the person who supervised my research during my first degree, Reverend Father Emmanuel, Professor Emmanuel Mezimwa, was the one who really directed me to pay more attention to the organ. So the department, of course, contributed in some sense, but the system wasn't set to intentionally make a folk musician out of the students. We're supposed to be concert pianists, flautists, and all. So in a way, I rebelled.
Awesome. Are there other questions? Maybe, I'm thinking maybe they would like to get a closer look at the instruments.
Okay, which one? This one or the new ones?
Maybe.
Anyone? Okay, so I could, yes. So this is the
So what is that made out of?
the wood, but it has to be soft wood. We have there's this asaramba, okwe, different types of wood, and like this is made from mba, and this is made from tropa. So the texture is different. So, and whenever I want to play, I'll choose the one I want. And these three types, this one has the deeper pitch, and it is nne. This one, so the longer it is, the deeper the pitch. The shorter it is, the higher the pitch.
Cool. So I'm wondering, maybe we want to kind of officially wrap it, if they want to come up and maybe try some of the other instruments.
Sure.
And just do